This game was so unnecessarily stressful. It was so unnecessary for it to let it happen very, very quickly. I had all the thoughts ready to be said, and honestly, if this were to happen, you probably would have seen the rage like you've never seen before. I'm telling you the truth. I probably would not contain my anger if I talk about this game, but thankfully, thankfully it did not resort to it. But still, I am still going to be nitpicking this one because I feel like it's warranted to say this as a fan. But what in the actual fuck happened in the fourth quarter? What in the world happened in the fourth quarter? Okay, before I talk about the players' box scores, I want to talk about the team stats real quick. So, because the team stats I usually talk about last, but I'm going to make this a special exception. So, field goal percentage 33-73 for the Heat, 37-98 for the Hornets. That's 45.2 for the Heat. That's 37.8. They shot much more attempts than the Heat did by 25. The three-pointers, though, it's 14 for 37 for the Heat. That's 37.8. 1751 for the Hornets. That's 33.3. And this is the biggest kicker of all. 18 for 22 for the Heat in free throws. That's 81.8. 3 for 8 for free throws for Charlotte. That's 37.5. Rebounds, 44 rebounds for the Heat, 43 for the Hornets. The biggest difference maker is the 16 offensive rebounds for the Hornets, which means they're getting a lot of second chance points. Assists, 22 assists for Charlotte, 21 for the Heat, 10 steals for the Hornets, 6 for the Heat. Both teams even out with 5 blocks. Turnovers, and this is what I mean. Charlotte thrives on second chance points. 19 fouls for the Hornets, 9 for the for the for the Heat. 2 technical fouls for the Heat, both of which are defensive 3 seconds. Largest, this is where I wanted to save up with. 20-point lead. The Heat had a 20-point advantage against the Charlotte Hornets, who were coming in this game 6-11. Their largest lead was 2. Our largest lead was 20. 20! It is a complete different shift from last night. Last night, we were down 22 points, but we came back, but we didn't win anyway. They were going to win off a 20-point comeback for the Miami Heat. How does this happen on a constant basis? It's beyond me. All right, let's go with a box score. We're going to start with Miami Heat because we're the road team. Duncan Robinson had a good start and a pretty solid finish. Okay? He had a really good start. Like a really good start. 22 points in this game. He's 6 for 9 in three-pointers. Nice. 7 for 12 in field goals. 2 for 3 in free throws with 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Haywood Highsmith finally gets some points in with 5 points, with a 3-pointer and 2 free throws, with 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal, 4 blocks. So Haywood playing some fantastic defensive basketball. Jimmy Butler just scoring 6 points, but 2 of which are both 3-pointers, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Jimmy Butler only played 25 minutes in the game because in late in the third quarter he was dealing with some back injuries. He was grabbing his back. Looked like it was painful. So hopefully it's nothing serious for Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's absence definitely played a huge role in the fourth quarter collapse. But hopefully Jimmy Butler is okay. Hopefully we'll hear the good news in a couple of days. Bam, Bam had himself a really terrible offensive night. I'm sorry, he did. He has 8 points, 3 for 8 in field goals, 2 for 2 in free throws, with 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 2 steals. If he had 2 more points, if he had one more field goal, he would have had a triple double, but he didn't. Offensively, he was not good. Sorry, he wasn't. But Tyler Hero, 27 points with 4 for 12 and 3 pointers, including a game winner, arguably a game winner that recaptured the lead for the Heat. We'll talk about that. 4 for 12 and 3 pointers. Yeah, he missed 8 of them. 11 for 22 in field goals, 1 for 2 in free throws with 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Off the bench, Hawkes played much better. 11 points for him, 3 for 10 in field goals, 5 for 5 free throws with 7 rebounds and a steal. Everybody else under 10 points, including Terry Rozier, who had some solidity within this game, but everybody else wasn't much of an impact. Actually, no, that's not right at all. Kel'el Ware had a big impact, and I'll explain why. But anyway, now we talk about the Charlotte Hornets box score. Taj Gibson with just 2 points. Yeah, he's a starter in this game because of an injured Grant Williams, who I believe teared his ACL, which is never good news. Hopefully, it's a speedy recovery for Grant Williams. And I think one more player of theirs got hurt. I don't quite remember who they said that it was. But anyway, he only scored 2 points from the field goal with 5 rebounds and a steal. Brandon Miller with 21 points with 5 flipping 3-pointers out of 13, 8 for 19 in field goals, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal on the block. Tejan with Saloon with 17 points with 3 for 7 and 3-pointers, 7 for 12 in field goals, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. And then, of course, you talk about LaMelo Ball, who lights out fire in the fourth quarter. 32 points in this game. The other night, he scored 50 points. 7 for 20 in 3-pointers, including some long Trae Young long-range shots. He has made 7, including most of them in the fourth quarter, out of 20. 11 for 35 in field goals. He was shooting a lot. 3 for 5 in free throws with 10 rebounds. So, I mean, clearly a double-double. 7 assists. Josh Green with 6 points with 3 for 7 in field goals, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 block. And that's pretty much it. Their bench didn't really had a huge role. All right, now we can slightly talk about the game. The first quarter, it even matched up until it wasn't. Duncan Robinson was fouled behind the 3-point line. He made 2 out of 3, and then he shot a 3-pointer. Duncan Robinson started off excellent. He started off really good. In fact, he was the one that scored 10 out of 12 points to start the game. The only exception was Tyler Hero's driving layup. But it started off with a 17-8 game, and Duncan Robinson shot yet another 3. Bam Adebayo was always being lobbed up, and he's always getting that one-handed slam in, which was a nice dunk. It's always going to be a nice dunk. But Charlotte came back with LaMelo Ball, Saloon, making some shots, and then they would take the lead from 17-8 to 20-19. Kel'el Ware with the alley-oop dunk, which was nice. Hawkes with the free throws, the LaMelo Ball with the step-back jump shot, Pallel Larson. Seth Curry did make a 3-pointer in this game. Pallel Larson with the 2-point shots. And then, that would end the first quarter. A couple of blocks by Seth Curry. Shot clock violation, and then a missed shot. So the first quarter ends 26-26. Second quarter, all Heat, all Miami Heat. They played terrific basketball. Jaime Jaquez with the N1. He makes that one. Tyler Hero with some shots in. Alec Burks Bam Adebayo with that amazing, beautiful, impossible one-handed slam on the right side of the rim. So the Heat playing good basketball, and then especially right towards the end. Tyler Hero making a three-pointer, Larson with the 2-point shot, and then Duncan Robinson to finish off that second quarter, 50-39 to end the second quarter. There was a defensive 3 second violation against the Heat, which was relatively at the beginning. Was relatively at the beginning of the quarter. Let me double check real quick. I can't really find it, but there was a defensive 3 seconds somewhere in the first half. It was Bam Adebayo with a defensive 3 second. Brad Miller did not make that free throw. Anyway, third quarter comes in. The Heat still looking relatively good. Duncan Robinson shot yet another three-pointer. Jimmy Butler then shot a couple of three-pointers in this third quarter. He shot one to make it 56-42. LaMelo Ball with a driving layup. Tyler Hero with the three-pointer. So it was becoming a blowout, and Haywood Highsmith with the three-pointer. And then it's becoming a blowout at this point. A couple of free throws. We don't really have to talk much about this quarter. Bam Adebayo with another dunk, a flushing dunk, and it became a 68-48 game. Largest lead was 20 at that point. Then Charlotte started making some shots. All right, okay. Then Duncan Robinson make his three-pointer. I believe that's a 6th three-pointer at that point. This is where Jimmy Butler hurt his back, and he wound up not coming back for the rest of the game. So I'm hoping that Jimmy Butler is okay, like I said. Now, Tyler Hero with another three-pointer to make it 75-58. That would end the third quarter. But there was a shot that was disallowed for a travel. Now, what happened was the LaMelo Ball, I don't know whether or not if it was blocked or not. I don't think it was blocked. But it looked like a self, which means you can't really grab your own rebound if the basketball never hit the rim. So by rule, that would be a travel. And it's like that in street ball too. We call it a self. We call it a self ball. So LaMelo Ball gets called for a travel. And as they call the travel, the clock hits 0. And they call it a inaccuracy of the clock or a clock malfunction. LaMelo Ball was pleading his case, and I thought they were reviewing the travel, but then it turns out they're reviewing a clock malfunction. I don't know if you could really overturn a travel call. I don't think so. But either way, Tyler Hero did not make this long-range three-pointer. The fourth quarter is where we need to talk about the most. Fourth quarter, it starts off slow, then Shostrin would make his offensive rebound tip-in shot from Brandon Miller's three-pointer miss. LaMelo Ball then starts to cook. He shot his three-pointer. Terry Rozier then makes a step-back three. Tyler Hero with a step-back shot. Then we're up by 17, not bad. Saloon with the three-pointer. Brandon Miller makes his three. Jaime Jaquez with a tip-in shot. Nick Smith then started cooking. And then LaMelo Ball, another three-pointer. And all of a sudden, we are up by 7 very quickly. Coming into the fourth quarter, it's 75-58. LaMelo Ball with another three. Okay, I already talked about that one. Terry Rozier with the 2 free throws. I don't know if anybody else experienced this, but I definitely experienced it. But for some reason, the audio of FanDuel Sports Miami, I forgot whether or not if it was Sun. It might have been Sun. That the audio cut off. The audio has cut off. And considering I'm out of state, and I have League Pass, I was shifted towards Charlotte's broadcast. Great, so I have to hear Eric Collins and his commentary booth. They're good commentators. They love I love the energy of their basketball. But man, I really want to hear Eric Reed. But anyway, 2 free throws for Terry Rozier. Brandon Miller with the floating jump shots. Now we're up by 7 again, and then bam, you have to make the shot, and then he turns the ball over, and then LaMelo Ball with a long 3, and then he drills it, and all of a sudden, what was a big lead for the Heat to a 4-point lead. And there's 4 minutes and 44 seconds left after this timeout. Tyler Hero then does make this layup afterwards, thankfully. LaMelo Ball then makes a driving layup, and then Rozier then makes a flowing jump shot. And then Tyler Hero with the driving layup. Now we're up by 8 again, so we can take a little bit of a deep breath. And then Bam gets called for a technical foul again for a defensive 3 seconds. And that's 2. Shouldn't he be ejected, or does it only apply if it's a regular tech? But he was called for 3 defensive 3 seconds. Or 2, not 3. 2 3-second defensive 3 seconds. What the hell, Bam? So, of course, LaMelo makes that technical free throw. Then Brandon Miller makes a 3-pointer. Now we're up by 4 again. Hero with the driving layup, and LaMelo Ball, a 30-foot 3-pointer. How does he do this? It's beyond me. He just chucks up like this, and it goes in. How does this happen? And Hero missed this 3-pointer, and then of course LaMelo Ball gets this floating jump shot in, and then our teammates keep missing. And with 42, Brandon Miller with the 3-pointer pull-up shot, the offensive rebound, and then Salon off the corner, and he makes this 3-pointer, and the Charlotte Hornets captured the lead. They captured the lead in this game, folks. We were up by 20. And the Heat collapsed in the fourth quarter. It's literally every year this is a problem. Every flipping year we have this problem. I remember when that shot went in, I remember being so frustrated, so pissed that I actually acted in a way that I shouldn't have. For example, banging, my table like this. You know what I mean? I got to that point where I was so frustrated. I didn't have much control, because how could this happen this many times, and to a team that is 6-11, a Charlotte team? Thankfully, Tyler Hero does make this shot and recapture the lead for the Heat. Now with 28 seconds, 14 seconds actually, Charlotte still has the basketball. Brandon Miller has the basketball. Then Tyler Hero with a huge steal from Tyler Hero. The biggest steal of the game in his season so far. He gets fouled, and he's 1 for 2 in a free throw. Great. Then Charlotte has the basketball. Rozier gets called for a foul, which is an odd call. It's Cody Martin, Caleb's twin, goes on the free throw line. We're expected to have a tie game at this point. But Cody Martin missed the free throw. He missed the free throw. So now you have no choice but to intentionally miss your seconds. And he did. It hit the netting. I don't know if it hit the rim, but Khalil Ware then gets a rebound, and he gets fouled. Now, this is where I said earlier in this video that he came up big. Khalil Ware, from my knowledge, first professional free throws in his career in the NBA, and he puts in both of them. Khalil Ware and Tyler Hero won us this game. 98-94 over the Charlotte Hornets. This is what I like to call a heart attack. This was a heart attack game. Blowing that kind of lead against a team like Charlotte should never have happened. It should never have happened. I'm disappointed that it happens. I think if they come up with a game plan, because imagine if they did blow this and they actually lost, I personally would have checked out. Because, like I said yesterday, I'm going to say it again. How is it that we cannot take a lead or win when we were down by 20 plus, but they can? And Charlotte team was able to do that. Unacceptable. I'm disappointed in that. This should have not been a stressful night for the Heat. It really should have. It really should not have been. But here we are. Anyway, nonetheless they got the win. So let's see. I guess I'm happy about that. So, anyway, folks, that's gonna do it for this one. I'll see you guys a little bit later on for a Panthers recap. Good night.